Here we go, round two.
Alright, we're now live and the show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Kayfabe was a way to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way to
Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks. I am Mr. Richie Moon.
I'm Kayfabe AJ.
And I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And welcome me back, Kayfabe Queen Melly Mels.
On that subject, was she sick or was she playing Kingdom Hearts?
Dun dun dun.
I mean, we could talk about Kingdom Hearts, but
So we were over here
Listen.
recording, and you were at home laying in bed playing Kingdom Hearts. Count the sins, Melly Mel. Count the
Do
sins.
you know what happens
hey,
when you stay home
hey.
to play Kingdom Hearts
What happens?
and you leave
What happens?
the Four Horsemen?
Did I just hear that punk over there say anything about the Four Horsemen? No.
I was still interacting because they forgot to mention last week that I wasn't here, and it took a while, AJ. For them
I'm
to-
the one that acknowledged it.
Yeah, it took you a while. If you go back to last week, you see him like staring in the laptop, like, hello.
You old people, how could you forget, especially on Sundays?
Oh!
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Uh-oh.
Anyways, welcome to this
Hey,
week's...
this isn't the Fashion Farm.
Foreshadowing.
Anyways, welcome to this week's
The
wrestling. We have a
podcast.
lot to talk about. It's a live cast.
Oh, it's a live cast?
It's a live
You know
cast.
what? I was speaking to my fans, and they say, you know, they've been listening to these other podcasts. And
Well, you
podcasts,
tell
but
all
the
two
time-
of your fans that we are the Kayfabe Avenue Group, and we are a live cast, we are a podcast, and we have 2 words for them if they can't dig that.
Then apparently we're...
Anyways,
What did
back
they-
to what they was telling me.
What
They
did they-
said they was listening to these other ones. They're like these kayfabe guys. They're smart. They're accurate, and plus they go the full 60 seconds every 60 minutes. You know?
They don't know anything about 60 seconds in the bedroom or in the ring.
So our podcast is the best and superior.
Wait, what was the 2 words?
Suck it! So, let's move on.
Yeah, let's actually get the show
let's
started.
actually tell them where the hell we're at.
I think they already know. They should have it on their GPS.
It's so
Well, they found a new place to dwell.
oh, Rocky.
Well, it's down in the end of Jabroni Drive.
Smackdown.
The Dream has no memory of that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What?
Whoa. Dream's a little disrespectful this week, huh?
Ooh.
He wants to be first segment, but unfortunately the segment is not for Dream.
Who's the first
Not
one
right now.
before?
For a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have some good news and I have some bad news.
Dun, dun, dun.
We start off every episode with the news,
Yes, sir.
and let's just hit the ground running.
Let's do it.
All right.
We have Ambrose versus Nia Jax confirmed, and then canceled.
Yes.
So
Goodness.
any hype of actually seeing
That
that
match.
match
Yeah.
happening or that furthering, it's probably
It-
dead.
It's been what? It's been...
It's been a whole like
Deleted.
week.
It's been what?
Deleted.
It's been what?
I give it a pulse.
Deleted.
Matt? Thank you. Wonderful. Anyways.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's start off on some good news too. Congrats to Apollo Crews. He just welcomed his second child into the world. See, Apollo's been busy while he's not on Raw.
Having sex?
Oh,
I guess so.
Just saying.
Moving on, we have WWE. Looks like they're in talks with Netflix to produce original movies.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Oh.
They already got like 2 people that might think that casting it. Right?
I think that's a good look, not only for Netflix, but to give more content on
We're
WWE
gonna have the
Network.
Marine 15 soon.
I've
Facts.
never seen any of the Marines.
Not one. Not
So
one. I've never seen one.
I watched
I've
John
never
Cena's.
seen
What was it, like 12 rounds or some shit like that? The first round.
They lock you in the room and they.
The first and second round made no sense, and then I tortured myself. It was torture. I was
That
like,
was 12
I was like, you realize you could have ended this movie on round 2. But
What else we got?
yeah, I
Chris?
never watched any seen the Marine movies. I'm sorry, Miz, you're my guy. But
Yo, what up, D? Yo, everybody say what's my boy Delonte.
Delonte.
That's my WrestleMania tag team partner right there, man.
Uh-oh,
This
uh-oh.
year, it's gonna be
Uh-oh.
5 times, man. 5, like slap me in the face.
the 5
Look like
times.
that hurt.
Well, it's not, I didn't. Why? Here's why. Sorry, I just couldn't help it. I have always wanted to say that. That's how we rolling in WrestleMania 5 times. Icy white Intercontinental belt.
Perfect timing.
Finn Balor jacket. It's gonna be wicked, man. We'll be wicked, but we'll get there. What else we got?
So yeah, Netflix, WWE. Supposedly, hopefully that gives us more movie type content on WWE. When they actually try to do it right, and I think with the like, if you have like the producers and the writers from Netflix and the people who create their shows, Netflix got a lot of original content that's really freaking good.
I don't understand why you.
They're like a network on their own.
Why
So.
wouldn't you get those guys to come and just race us for WWE?
Anyways, Ty Dillinger's finally returned at a live event,
10.
and he's saying
10.
he wants
10.
an NXT
10.
return.
10.
Did you see the picture of the live event that he came back to in DeKalb, Illinois?
No.
So I was gonna go to school out there. It's cold as F out there, cold as F. There was probably, with that arena maybe sat, let's just say 10,000, there was maybe 2,500, 3,000 people there.
Damn.
Yeah, it's 50.
Count the sins.
They are. That's why
They're counting them.
They're
It
counting
wasn't
them.
enough.
That's why I'm not there.
So Ty returns and he's making a statement that he probably wants to go back to NXT.
Don't blame me.
NXT has been, consistent.
It's one of the best in
And
the wrestling.
they treat, honestly, I said earlier, that's where the F went. When they kicked the F out, it went to NXT. It's the that's the federation.
If we go back when Tyler Breeze came back for that one match, it was phenomenal. And the freaking hit that he got off of just being back at the NXT.
It elevated him to the point that they actually used him on TV.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, NXT's not a bad look. Another good note, happy birthday to Big Show.
It's the big slow.
That birthday happened over this past weekend. But now on to some bad
Sisters.
news.
What was
So
the other
we
good
had
Got some
the
bad
Lucha Bros.
news.
One half of the Lucha Bros, Phoenix, got injured the other day.
Oh, man.
I don't know the exact details of his injury,
He
but
got
it
a-
seems pretty
He got a muscle
serious.
contusion. He got a muscle contusion. He'll be out for about a month. He'll be good for
A
double
month?
nothing.
Well,
He'll
he
be
was
double nothing.
scheduled to face the Lucha Bros was scheduled to face RVD and Sabu. As
Oh.
much as I don't want to see RVD and Sabu in the ring, I don't know if other people will get to see that match.
Man, we supposed to see him last night at the House of Glory show.
Yeah.
We supposed to see the
Yeah.
Lucha Brothers versus LAX, which would have been awesome, but we got to see the Chubby Brothers. in
I don't
it.
think.
Chubby
We got to see the
I
Chubby
think
Brothers.
yesterday's show wasn't House of Glory. It was like House of some acknowledgement. Like
Damn.
Wow,
Let's-
man.
it was a horribly produced show.
You know,
There was a good
there were some
match or two.
loves that
honestly,
happened.
I enjoyed the atmosphere as far as
Yeah.
I can
The
drink,
crowd,
I can chill.
the music.
I got to see Jordan Grace. Met her in real life.
Yeah.
Got my little picture with
I mean,
her.
honestly,
Sitting
I
on the
felt
pump.
like the ring crew did like what we have to acknowledge the ring crew. Like they did their thing,
No,
but knowing
they
the fact
tried.
you should have checked it before.
These things
Like-
happen,
Listen,
right? These
I
things
know-
But
happen.
honestly, I felt like while they were fixing, I felt like I was at the club because the music was good.
Yeah,
the
no,
drinks
no.
was
The
like
atmosphere is good. The atmosphere is good, but
I was like,
it's
are we still at a
also
wrestling
it's
event?
also my indie nightmare when stuff like the turnbuckles aren't properly done. Like they look flimsy on the start.
Yeah,
And then
I
they
can
needed a whole
definitely see that.
intermission just to redo the entire ring.
No, there
So,
was like
you
2
know,
intermissions.
I mean, there's always an intermission. There's always an
You know, it's
intermission.
a thing
But
of
that
those-
was like a long intermission if you
Always.
think about it.
Yeah,
Because-
you know
and
why?
it was extra
Because they
long.
need more money into their promotion that will give them the ability to hire the ring crew necessary.
I
Do
mean,
you realize how quick a WWE event? I know I shouldn't compare. They're $1 billion corporation, but you know how quick during a commercial break they can change the entire construction of the ring just in a
Yeah.
commercial break.
I mean, we've seen it. We've been
I've
to
been
plenty
there
of
for a
shows.
living. They've switched the
That's
entire ring
true.
around.
I'm
I mean-
defending House of Glory because I know
Honestly-
because I know a couple people there. I'm defending House of Glory. I am
But
defending House of
honestly,
Glory.
Honestly,
I have
I'm
nothing-
happy. I'm
it's
happy
nothing-
none of their
it's-
talent was hurt.
It's nothing
Like
against the promotion.
everybody was.
But
fine.
last night was an example of my indie nightmares with as far as production value and just, you know,
The lights were
the-
kind of
the
over the top.
technicalities
if
of the
you
show.
Think about it too.
Let's be real.
The rope broke. That sucks.
If we weren't able to drink and the bar was so close and the music wasn't pumping and we were in an empty, if we were in an arena, would that be the same result? Would our enjoyment be the same? I don't think so.
Probably not.
We'll be sitting in the stands like,
I mean,
oh, we waited an hour for this fucking
I mean,
match.
but going to an indie show, that's part of the, the,
No, it's part of the gritty. It's part of the gritty atmosphere.
Yeah, it's part
But
of the
you know, I
atmosphere.
enjoyed it
I mean, the
nonetheless.
good-
They had some great matches.
Honestly, I think you should think because if the ring rope didn't break, you wouldn't meet Jordan. Because
She
she
was
did
probably doing signings anyways.
in the beginning though, but she didn't stay that long.
Listen, if that's the reason I got to see Jordan Grace, and she got the Grace
Because
Line
if you think
presence,
about it,
Exactly.
she came out before her match just to sign and meet.
you know, it's
everybody.
funny. I went up to Jordan and while we was doing the picture thing, I actually got to say something to her, and I'm like, I can't wait to see you in the ring. And she's like, gave me like the if the fucking ring ever gets built. If the ring will get built, you'll see me in that ring. She was the next match.
Yeah.
She was the next match. So I'm like, I can't wait to see you in the ring. And she's like, if the fucking ring will hurry up and be set up.
Yeah.
Awesome person, amazing and beautiful. Like
Of
pictures. Pictures don't even give it credit. So very beautiful.
If
like,
you
in
want to
person.
see Kayfabe AJ's pictures and videos, check out his Instagram.
I did.
It was a lot of cake.
So enough
It was a lot.
about me and my Jordan Grace,
We also-
praise.
What other news we
Yeah.
have?
We have
So-
Mark Henry documentary is gonna be aired after the Elimination Chamber.
Interesting.
Long overdue. A little bit upset that it's
Interesting.
only happening during Black History Month. I peeped you guys. You're not sneaking that one by me. Long overdue. Mark Henry is Hall of Famer. He's well respected. Long overdue. Let's see that. Outside of WWE, World's Strongest Man, legitimately.
Yeah.
So
Legitimately. What else
long
we got?
overdue.
What else we have?
We have AEW coming off of their Double or Nothing rally announcing their partnership with AAA.
Okay.
More of that. Watch our AEW discussion for. Also, AEW's new talent. They're finally filling up the roster. They got to show a bunch of new signees, and it's starting to look packed. The biggest name coming out of that, finally announced, Executive Vice President Kenny Omega is officially AEW. Was there ever a fucking question to it?
I thought
There
he
was at one
I
point,
thought he was
but-
gonna go to the Royal Rumbles.
I mean,
thought-
everybody was expecting
I
that.
thought he was gonna go to the Royal Rumble too, but yeah, you definitely hear about that. We talked about that in detail in our AEW discussion.
Anything
Um,
else?
Going forward to more news, we have Brock Lesnar being removed from Raws and pay-per-views leading up to Mania. Is that a fucking shock?
No.
No! Brock Lesnar sucks. Get
I
him
thought-
out of here already.
I thought we were done with
No,
the
Brock doesn't suck. I'm sorry,
I
Brock.
thought we were done with the
WWE
bad
booking sucks.
news. I thought we were done with the bad
Who
news.
is booking?
No. We have the good news. We have some bad news. Unfortunately,
Well,
lots of bad news.
I do. I have some good news.
I have
'cause-
some too.
Because that's some good news. It's alright. WWE can say that. Marty Scurll challenged Nick Aldis for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. I'm really happy about that. Nick,
Finally.
Nick,
Whoop, whoop.
it's my guy, Marty Scurll. Matt Lethal.
Whoa.
Jay Lethal destroys. I'm Matt Taven.
That's not good news.
What?
That's not good
That he
news.
destroyed that belt.
Matt Taven is the real Ring of Honor World Champion.
Hell no, not when Jay
You don't
Lethal-
destroy the purple strap.
I'm destroying the purple strap. I second that purple strap. You know what, Matt Taven? Count the sins for making that purple strap. To be honest with you, you guys liked it. I hated that purple strap. I'm so glad he destroyed it.
Melvin.
Okay, and Jay Lethal is officially the longest reigning Ring of Honor
You mean
champion.
the longest reigning cosplay?
Yo. Y'all not taking nothing away. You're not taking nothing away from my man Jay Lethal, okay? You know what?
You're just part of the conspiracy.
I'm not part of the
Against
conspiracy.
the kingdom.
All of you, first taking, wow, that's my line, taking my line. You guys count the sins, alright?
No.
You guys count the sins,
Do
okay?
not be added in the book again.
Put me in the book. Put me in the book twice. 3 times. Okay? 4 times. 5 times. 6 times.
Nobody knows. It's the kayfabe book, and Richie has his own list.
I have my
And
own
I'm just
chapter.
gonna
I have my own
tally
chapter.
every time. For that.
I have my
For
own
that. For being a
chapter.
Melvin.
I have my own chapter. And it's cool that we found out that all in, the Ring of Honor and the Elite own rights to both All In. Because there was a lot of, I know for me, I didn't know like who owned it. I thought it was a Ring of Honor thing. I wasn't sure. From New Japan thing, I don't know sure who it was. The original plan for Kenny Omega was to retain the championship at Wrestle Kingdom 13 and lose it to Okada. Even though I'm glad Kenny Omega went to AEW, I don't know the next time we're gonna see a Kenny Omega and Okada match, and that this makes me sad. Soon? I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna see Okada versus Omega for a long time.
Well, you know what? Let's get back to the bad news.
No, I got good
We're
news.
out of the WWE
I got
universe.
good news.
We're out of the WWE universe for now.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
The
no.
Superstar Shakeup
Who cares
is
about that?
April
God damn it.
15
That's my
and
line.
April 16.
That's my line.
We have talks of an NXT Japan.
It's probably-
We have AJ Styles denying his injury reports, plus a lot of fake news being confirmed to be thrown out there to distract us from this whole AEW signing situation. There's a lot of fake news out there. Saudi Arabia is officially happening again in May.
The greatest WrestleMania.
And again, Dean Ambrose speaks on the landscape of WWE. You're all complacent. You're all just happy to be here. And that was my news.
Exactly. Are we done with WWE Universe? Boys?
Yeah, go ahead.
Get out of that universe for a second. Go
Well,
ahead.
you got
No,
one more.
You go ahead. Say it.
Coming from somebody that does the Raw skit,
I have no news.
ladies and gentlemen, he forgot to mention that we got Ruby Riott versus Ronda Rousey.
Because
at
I was going to
Elimination
mention it on the Raw
But that's
Rundown.
the
Thank you,
news.
spoilerific.
Yes.
Well,
Thank
you
you,
took my line.
Wait till the lights
You
turn
took
red.
my line. You took my line.
Well,
But I got a news.
yo, get their booties into the ring, because I'm going to kick it.
Anyways, I'll let you finish with your whatever, so I can talk about the Ring of Honor news.
Go ahead. Talk
That
to
is
me.
more interesting.
Go ahead. Talk to me about it.
So it was just announced that for G1 Supercard, if you still haven't got your tickets, I got it. I'm going. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going. They are gonna have their
I'm too
first
scared.
ever.
First of all, I'm an Elite mark, and the moment the Elite said they're not going to be at the G1, I sold my ticket.
Damn, Richie.
Elite mark number 2.
That's all about that.
on the forum.
Definitely.
On every wrestling forum. I am wrestling mark 5. Yes.
Anyways.
The Elite's not going to be there.
Anyways,
No G1.
nobody cares. You won't be there, but sorry. You can watch on YouTube like
I
everybody else.
just want to mention that. I just want to mention that the WWE has not sold out MSG in years. G1 Supercard sold out MSG in a couple of days.
Yes, correct.
I just
So
wanna-
back
put
to
that
my
out
news
there.
when it comes to G1 Supercard. They are going to have their first ever access for WrestleMania weekend.
Really?
So they're going to have their,
Interesting.
they're calling it the Festival of Honor. And it's
That's
going to be
awesome.
on Friday, April 5th.
There's so much going
Sounds
on.
So
Interesting.
it's going to be, so from
This is
what
my
they're
question,
saying,
If all these promotions hate what WWE's doing and want to be the alternative, why do they WrestleMania weekend to promote all of wrestling?
It's smart.
It is smart.
it's smart.
But why not create a AEW Mania? It's gonna happen, something to that effect.
It has to.
And And why can't we build around that? Why do all these promotions jump on the WrestleMania bandwagon to promote their business?
Because it's smart.
But anyways,
Gotta give respect
so
where respect is due.
All the wrestling, no, we give respect where respect is due. It just doesn't make up for their bullshit stories.
So pretty much, it's gonna be Friday, April 5th at Madison Square Garden. So pretty much what they're gonna do is have the meet and greets, of the superstars that's gonna be there, and also a lot of different press conference Q&A with some of the superstars. So if you're definitely going to G1, I suggest definitely go to this first ever Festival of Honor.
Is there gonna be people from New Japan and Ring of
Yes,
Honor?
and knowing the fact that it's actually affordable if you think about it. They're gonna start off their pre-sale tickets, and they're starting off with it's gonna be $39 for the whole day. And on top of that, what I like about this, re-entry is allowed, so you can leave and go as much as you can.
What do you think?
We need to do that.
What do you think a Ring of Honor access would entail? Like, what do you think they like?
Meet and greet?
Just meet and
Press
greets?
conference, Q&A,
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
They're not gonna have a ring. It's not.
And they said you're able to walk around the arena, take pictures, autographs like they usually do with meet and greets. Knowing the fact that you get the opportunity to meet these New Japan wrestlers, like they're coming to the States.
I would love a Cutthroat era, just like autograph from everyone.
Oh, see,
I
you would have got, that, but
All
guess
that.
what? You're not going, so nobody cares.
Who said I'm not going?
I want to see him.
Whoa! Pump those kayfabe breaks before you break kayfabe. I'm going to almost every event. I'm gonna be all over wrestling that week. We're everywhere. Kayfabe Live is gonna be everywhere.
If not, I will be there. So
Yeah.
I'll be live.
We already got.
I want to meet Okada.
Koga's going too.
I want to meet Okada.
Okada is cool.
Yes.
Meeting him.
Yeah, Okada. Get him up.
Okada.
Honestly, I'd rather get the IWGP belt and have Okada sign it over at Omega.
I guess Reign wasn't really that good.
So anybody got any other news?
Yes. No, that's
Before the lights turn red, before the segments switch.
This is interesting. I mean, well, not interesting. I mean, we spoke about this a little bit, but Omega spoke with officials. They were trying to sign him to the WWE. He said they were very professional. They treated him very well. But the biggest reason why he didn't go was because of creative. What a surprise!
Right? Didn't we say that?
Wasn't
that
that's kind of it's like I just that as Dean Ambrose, everybody, and that's kind of just a big underlining of everything, common denominator of everything. It's all about the creative. These guys and gals are making their money. They just want to be artists. Wrap that up for the news of that.
Yep.
Alright, well,
Let's get to
Get
Raw.
on to this Raw.
This
Disappointed Raw. 'Cause Raw.
unfortunately whack Raw.
Yeah, because last week was good. Raw's been on a good track. This Raw just kind of disappointed me a little bit, to be honest with
It was horrible.
It's had its moments, but you know,
It's
it had some good
crap.
moments. In hindsight, I was gonna go crazy on this segment, but they did have some good moments. But we have
The
a
beginning
lot of
was
lows.
very good.
Exactly. Stephanie McMahon opens the show. She invited Becky Lynch to Raw, but Becky Lynch was like, I was gonna show up anyways. Before Stephanie can even get any words out, we have Becky Lynch interrupt her, pretty much take over the whole segment. Stephanie pretty much trying to tell her along the lines, listen, we know you're hurt, go check a doctor, or we're gonna have to suspend you. So she's like, you don't have to suspend me, just don't do it. Like, I'm not going to the doctor. You're not taking this shine from me. You're not keeping me away from, what I deserve, what I earn.
you.
It felt very Austin versus McMahon.
It was set up
And
like that.
It's just, like,
It was set up like that, yeah.
Becky's character is just growing week by week, and to even be considered in the same vein as Stone Cold Steve Austin is a big statement alone. But this felt like a flash. Like, we just had a generational rivalry. Like, if you could feel it through the generations, Austin and McMahon, Becky Lynch and Steph.
Yeah.
So obviously Becky Lynch doesn't agree. Stephanie suspends her. Now, this is one of the issues I have with this week in WWE, but we'll speak about that when Richie takes over SmackDown. Steph suspends her. She come back for commercial. We have Becky walking backstage. Who does she bump into? None other than Ronda. Speaks so fast that you can't tell she fucks up on her promo, Rousey. I actually appreciate Ronda Rousey's promos. I don't know why people give her so much shit. But
when you give somebody McDonald's their entire life and then you give them, I don't even eat meat, you give them a steak, just use it for an example, they won't appreciate it because they don't know it.
yeah, well,
They're not used to it. Yeah,
I
she's
appreciate
still
Ronda
working
Rousey so
on her mic.
that, and you see her mess up. I can look in her eyes and see as an actor, I can go, she's messing up, but because you know
She
why?
picks it up.
Because people in real life mess up when they talk.
Ricky's one of them.
Exactly, I'm one of them. But
All
pick
the
it right
time.
up. You know what I'm saying? We talk. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the fact that Ronnie was, and then she picks it right up, and you can see her thinking and scrambling because that's what happens in real life.
the funny thing is, she has a merch selling based off this promo she gave.
She did.
She
I
said,
like this promo she did.
Advil and Icy Hot, bitch. That's a shirt right now.
Yes.
Advil and Icy Hot, bitch, is a shirt right now. So,
Hashtag.
you know, big props to
Advil and
Icy
Icy
Hot.
Hot.
yeah. So
Bitch.
big ups to Ronda Rousey, good promo. Becky just staring her down, smiling on her face, like, you know, not taking her really serious. This leads into Ronda Rousey having a matchup against Liv Morgan. This was a squash.
It's supposed to be. Look really good.
No point to elaborate. It's a squash. Ronda's still fuming from Becky Lynch arriving. You know, in that promo, she tells her, "What are you even doing here? You appreciate what you just did? You just messed up our match at Mania. You just took away our match from the fans at Mania. Go home." That's what she told her. So, she's still fuming. Right after she beats Liv, she challenges Sarah Logan to a match. A better match than Liv Morgan, but squash nonetheless.
Yeah. I mean, that was the idea of it.
You know,
That's what they're supposed to do.
2/3 of the Riot Squad's hurt. Ruby backs off with the squad. They catch her backstage at gorilla position and ask her why didn't you go. I only face Ronda Rousey if it's for a title. My girls are hurt. We're gonna go get them taken care of. I only fight Ronda for a title, and that leads to the news of Ruby Riott getting the championship match at Elimination Chamber.
Wish they would have been building Ruby up a little bit more because I mean we didn't never believe that Ruby was gonna win anyway, but I wish they would have built up a little bit more.
So the downfall of this entire Raw started with Kurt Angle coming out.
Before you go 1 second, a lot of people are saying that WWE's turning Ronda Rousey heel. No, the fans have decided that because she's not Becky Lynch. I just
Yeah. That's
She's
a
the
fact.
new Roman Reigns right now.
She making me respect her even more now. The way she's handling
I
this.
like her character
People
more.
last week on all these boards, all these forums were shitting on her. Oh look, she almost cried. Yeah, she broke a little bit because of the reaction of the fans. But then look what she did, turned it around and cut a strong promo, walked out strong.
She cares. She cares. That's why.
Because you actually have somebody.
God forbid a wrestler care about wrestling.
Yeah, you could have. You had somebody who was already in movies, was already in the top of her profession, the top of sports entertainment before even touching WWE. She could have came, took the money, and left. She came. She loves it. She's sticking to it. And she's giving us her best. Good shit for Ronda. So the downfall
Thank God she's not another Brock.
Yeah, exactly.
If you think about it.
Exactly my point. So, the downfall of Raw this week was the start of the Kurt Angle promo backstage. All the stars there. I don't know what you're gonna say. Kurt's gonna discuss his future in the ring. It's looking like a retirement. Me and Rich actually called it out as a retirement fake out. Next up was a 4 corners tag team match. We had Heavy Machinery versus the B Team versus Lucha House Party
Take it away.
and the Revival. So we have 3 weeks straight, pretty much, of 4 corner matches, tag team matches featuring Heavy Machinery and a bunch of other teams. Heavy Machinery once again looking strong, looking good, booking them, to look. Promising, but the Revival did, and the Revival is finally,
It's all the time.
Yo.
Sorry, fuck the Revival.
Follow the rules, man.
We're follow the rules.
Follow the rules.
So next up, this is something that I actually appreciated. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins are backstage,
Woo, woo, woo.
and Kurt's like,
No
Kurt's like,
way.
No way.
Kurt's like, Zack, I'm holding you back. I haven't got a win in a long time. You know, you can do better without me. And Zack is like, you kidding me, bro? Last week, I came out after a long time not being on Raw, and they can't even get my freaking name spelled right. Which was a big gripe I had last week.
Yeah.
Maybe
But they
don't
turned it
notice.
into a storyline.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. Good fucking booking.
You're
Who
listening.
booked that goodness? So,
Yeah, we,
Triple H.
you know, that was a good booking.
Hunter, I'm giving the Hunter on that one.
So,
Everything going wrong, I'm giving it to
Zack
Hunter.
Ryder's response to Kurt Hawkins was, no, we're going to be good together. I'm a loser too. We're both losers. Because last week they couldn't even spell my name right. And I've been here.
For real, like the segment, yeah.
So I love that segment. And it makes me feel like we're going to get that long haul. We're going to get that grind to their success. And you know what? When it caps off, the Major Brothers are going to be back.
I
full
hope,
effect.
this extends to WrestleMania and they get their first one at WrestleMania.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
That's what I really want.
But I don't know if they're going
Leading
to head
up
that
to
way
it.
because where does the Revival fit in?
The Revival can win the tag
I
team.
feel like
The Revival can win the tag team championships, and you can have Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder coming up. And maybe they beat the Ascension.
yeah, but I'm
Fuck,
saying
gotta
as
get
far
that
as
win.
the build is too soon leading up to WrestleMania to have the
Yes.
Revival win storyline wise, and then have that build of Kurt Hawkins and Zack.
Yeah.
I think that should stretch over to maybe SummerSlam, and SummerSlam is where they get the titles.
But what in the last couple of years have given you any kind of impression that WWE can tell a story on a main roster for that long?
Well, they've done it. Let's not.
They have.
Let's act like
They have. It's very far few in
Yeah,
between.
but it
On the main
happens.
roster, on NXT, it's well.
Yeah, well, that was a good segment. Hopefully, it continues
Hopefully
in the good
yeah.
direction it's
Hopefully.
going.
Hopefully.
Next up, we have what we thought was going to be Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor. Lashley's out here and he's like,
Lashley.
this is
Lashley.
the best of Lashley. Yeah, like,
The
more of that. We need more of that kind of Lashley, okay? Only thing I wish that he would have talked. He doesn't need to. Bobby Lashley does not ever need to talk.
He's another one going back to that of like Ronda Rousey messing up her mic skill, whatever. He is too. Like you could tell. Like it takes him a while. Like you see the wheels turning when he's talking on the
There's
mic.
probably a lot of unnatural
it's
shit
like-
he's trying to say, that's why.
It's like and this is the reason why he was partnered up with
the man of the
Leo.
hour, the 23-year-old piece of gold.
so exactly.
Come on.
And it leads to Bobby Lashley saying, "You're not even going to face me. You're not worth it. Maybe if you face Leo and actually manage to scrape by a win, then maybe you can deserve an IC title shot."
Ooh.
Beats down Finn Balor before the match even happens.
Mhm.
Finn is already hurt with the ribs coming off the Brock Lesnar match. The Brock Lesnar attack.
Still selling
Bobby
that.
Lashley's attack last week.
Still something.
So he's still selling the injury.
Goddamn champion, that's why.
Great fucking match between Leo and
I enjoyed this
and
match.
Finn. Bobby ends up getting kicked out from ringside, and they actually get to go. This was a good highlight on Raw. You know what? Yeah, I think the only low is what comes up soon, but I'll get to that. Next up is Sasha and Bailey versus the term I call the Crazy Bees.
Crazy Bees.
I don't think that's
The Crazy Bees, which is
Are they like insects?
I don't think that's a nice
which is Fox, Alicia Fox, and
Who wants to play with
Nikki Cross.
Nikki.
They cut a promo on the
I
good
wanna play.
promo from
I
Nikki
want to
Cross.
play.
Yeah, nobody wanted to play with Nikki, but she was talking about reveling in the chaos, and the chaos is fair, chaos is just. Good promo for Nikki. It leads into a match against the two qualifiers for the Elimination Chamber Women's Tag Team Title match, which Sasha and Bailey win, and they have this crying segment where they're hugging each other. We won.
This and that.
Congrats. It was phoned in. We knew you guys were going to be in this match 6 months ago.
It was a cool story, this whole though. I really like the way Bailey looks strong. Man, remember when Bailey was cool? And you got the glimpses, yo, Bailey is cool. Bailey can... Ooh. I wanna know, would you be my girl? So, this segment, man. She really, because Sasha Banks is LIR, real life injured, so she physically couldn't compete. Hence why she got beat down before the match. And Bayley held it down. I love when Bayley looks strong. Bayley was supposed to be the female John Cena. You wouldn't know that. You would not know that by the way they booked her. Hey, man. Ooh, I want to know when you be my girl.
You saw that, right?
Oh, the real Nikki Cross?
The real Nick.
I don't ever like see Nikki Cross out of character. I don't watch any of her interviews. When she brings kayfabe, I don't even look at those pictures. I'm dead serious. I don't even do it.
So
I'll play with Nikki any day.
moving on.
Just say it.
She's not talking about games, ladies and gentlemen.
If you guys haven't seen the picture before, like when she's out of character, check it out, and you know what I'm talking about. Just
moving on to the segment that I felt was besides the Kurt Angle thing, what else I'll get to. We don't need this shit. We have Jeff Jarrett.
Hold on. You're talking about JEFFJARRETT? That's Jeff Jarrett. I'm the best singer, the best wrestler. What's the other one he is the best at?
Sucking.
He sucks the best? I guess he does. What do you mean you don't like Jeff Jarrett? You need me to spell his name out one more time for you? This is JEFFJARRETT. Just in case you didn't get that, that's Jeff Jarrett, ladies and gentlemen. And for you, you can get a little, just for you. It's for you, AJ. It's for you, AJ. That was for AJ, because he's not telling you guys that Jeff Jarrett is secretly his favorite wrestler. And how do I know this? Because we've sat here and watched a lot of Nitros, countless hours of Nitros together. And he pops so hard for Jeff.
Every time he hits poor Beetlejuice with a fucking guitar.
I've never seen somebody show so much contempt and anger when a person comes on a screen. When Jeff Jarrett comes on the screen and AJ's watching it, like he legitimately hates. I don't know what Jeff Jarrett did to AJ as a child. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he didn't sign an autograph for him
It's
one
the
time.
stupid glasses.
Is that what
It's
it
the
is?
stupid outfit. It's the wannabe Ric Flairness. The only thing Jeff Jarrett has that I appreciate is his right fucking punch. That's it.
Go back and watch a '90s Jeff Jarrett match and watch that drop the drop kicks. He does an excellent drop kick.
I don't hate
Excellent
Jeff
drop kick.
Jarrett. I just hated his country gimmick. The Slapnuts thing was okay. We don't need Jeff Jarrett in
Piss me
2019.
off.
We have this whole thing with him versus Elias, trying to turn Elias heel. We don't need somebody to turn Elias heel. Elias is a natural heel. Why do we need this? Why do we need Road Dogg, who can barely come out here and give us a Road Dogg classic dance, who can barely huff and puff his ass to the ring?
He was so tired.
Come on, we don't need
He was so tired. He didn't even wrestle.
Elias said one good thing. Aren't you supposed to be on SmackDown producing that show, lowering our ratings over there? The fuck he's doing on Monday Night Raw? We don't need him. Where's the X?
upset.
Not only that, one half of D-Generation X brings you. No, you're not the X. You're the roadie again. You're the roadie again.
He's so bad.
Who needs this in 2019?
Who is booking this crap?
Not Triple H.
Definitely not Triple H. Triple H is not booking this. I just want to say that.
Not Triple H.
Triple H is not booking this.
Elias wins the match.
Count
We got
the
this.
sins.
We got this. I guess it was okay for nostalgia. We get this. Wait for Elias. Suck it. Guitar crushed over his head. Okay, but we don't need this shit. We don't need it from Jarrett. Why is Jarrett an active competitor on the Raw roster, taking up yet again another young person shine, another person who's been there 365, 366 on a leap year? Why the hell is he taking our spots on Raw?
Sure.
You're 50-something years old.
He's a backstage producer now.
So that's my point.
Stay backstage.
If you're a backstage producer, keep your ass backstage. Road Dogg.
So you would think he should have. So I mean, but he hit him in the back with. He hit Elias in the back with the guitar. but Elias got the win. So doesn't this feud have to continue?
No.
But you know they do 50-50 booking, so you know Jeff Jarrett's gonna get the win.
I don't want to see this shit no more. But we did have something good right after this crap. We had Dana Brooke
Oh my gosh.
going into the back, approaching Natalia.
That second was stupid.
What do you
Oh,
mean it was stupid? It was great.
it was great.
It was the execution of it. I like the idea of it, but are you really not gonna? If you're talking, she was literally you were where that light is, and you were talking to her. You're gonna hear I like the idea of it, but just do it better.
Yeah.
She was
Just do it better.
using the AirPods.
Why? She should have had her back completely turned. You're gonna feel.
You gotta understand.
Let's give context.
Yeah,
She
give me
walks
context.
in.
Sorry,
She walks
sorry,
in.
sorry.
Natty's sitting on the chair. Dana's kind of pacing and not really paying attention to what Natty's doing, and she's giving her like listen. I know we lost this last week, and I want to make it up to you. All this, like I know I can do it. She thinks Natalia's giving her the silent treatment. Oh, you're giving me the silent treatment? I'm gonna go find the McMahon, and I'm gonna challenge you to a match next week.
She got all the feelings.
Good stuff for Dana Brooke.
It was.
Good stuff to work. And then after she leaves, Natalia's like, AirPods out. What? Like,
And that was funny. I just wish they could have just did that a little bit better. Because she was like, you're gonna in your peripheral, you're gonna feel somebody. Like she was literally like right here. You're gonna feel, you know what I'm saying? Like I like it. Just do a little better. That's all.
moving on from that.
I like the fact that they used like because that original sense of that story came from a meme that's been going around on the internet and stuff. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, so I like the fact that they're actually taking current types of like humor and such and starting to like put it out to the forefront.
What was the meme?
Yeah.
The having the AirPods and not listening to.
Well,
to the
that's
English
more
coming
that's
in.
more social media conscious, so that makes sense. Moving on from that, we have Moment of Bliss, and she's finally highlighting EC3. Now, this segment was borderline cringy and good at the same time.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
the cringy part was the just veering completely left into the sexual innuendo with Alexa Bliss.
She gets like
It's a moment.
She was basically like,
it wasn't
I'm
like it was a little-
thirsty.
she wanted more than a
I want
moment.
some EC3, and Buddy Murphy somewhere behind the curtain like, bitch, you better not.
EC3 about to come in. Listen,
I'm the Cruiserweight champion.
the reason why EC3 really wasn't talking because Buddy Murphy's about there talking about the V trigger his head off.
Yeah.
That's why he was back
Yeah.
there.
So EC3's not talking the whole segment. Every time he's about to talk, boom, Nia Jax comes out. She's talking her shit.
I like Nia Jax in this.
EC3 tries to talk again. Boom, Dean Ambrose comes out.
I
Now
mean,
this was
like
where the great part of the segment came. He's interviewing. He's like, let me interview the new guy. And he's like, who are you? EC3 goes to answer. He goes, nobody knows who you are. Right? He's like, EC3. So where's EC1 and 2? I was dying.
Power to kiss him.
I was dying. So where's EC1 and 2? And now there's a meme going around with two versions of John Cena.
And he posted that.
EC1,
He posted
EC2,
that.
and then there's EC3.
He posted that.
So
That's his dream match.
it leads to a match between the two. Horrible match. Looked like EC3 probably got injured coming out of it.
That wasn't the best match, but EC3 got over though.
No, you know what made it horrible? Dean Ambrose.
Really?
Really, because when you roll up Dean Ambrose and you're clearly down in a position that you're not even struggling, and then after 3 you pop up. What happened?
Oh, that's what
It was horrible.
That's what I kind of liked about
And
it.
if this is the Dean Ambrose we're gonna get going forward until he's gone, we don't need him on WWE TV.
Oh, they're gonna bury him.
It's not so much burying. This was a perfect match time to have a first ever match. EC3, Dean Ambrose, put over EC3 as a legitimate. He made this match. No, he made this match look like a joke. Go rewatch that ending. It was horrible. Everybody knew that Dean could kick out, and everybody knew that the reaction he gave was stupid.
It was a surprise roll up.
It was
That's
stupid.
what I took from it. It was a surprise.
You gotta rewatch that. The ending of that match was horrible. But it did put over EC3. EC3 got the win. We finally actually hear him speak, and he's saying his name, EC3, the win
It's
symbol.
the mute chicken.
Moving on from that, We have Mojo Rawley talking to himself
In the mirror.
in the mirror,
Again.
reminiscent of these Ultimate Warrior in the mirror segments from WCW.
You know what? But I will say with this Mojo Rawley, I am interested to see where it goes. If it pays off, maybe it can be good.
This is the thing with Mojo. Every time they put Mojo in front of the screen and he's this heel persona and he's like letting him do his thing, I start believing in Mojo. Then a week or two later, he's gone. I don't know if he has heat backstage or what's going on. But if you want us to believe in Mojo, have him win consistently. Because you know what? I was one of the first people saying, ew, Mojo, I don't want to see this guy in the ring. He's trash. He sucks. Yep. The hype bros, it's trash bros.
I still
and I like Zack Ryder. But when he started veering into the heel persona, I started really believing in
I was very disappointed when they dropped that whole Zack Ryder Mojo route. I thought that was really good.
He still throws shots at Zack.
They could have really took that somewhere, but they didn't. What I've learned from WWE booking sometimes you have to. Sometimes they actually do reward their fans and let things play out. So I'm trying to give this patience and hopefully it plays out to something.
Well, let's hope. So now let's get to the bread and butter of why this fucking Raw. As much as the good things that happened, because there were good things looking back, a lot of good segments, promos, whatever. This whole Kurt Angle shit. Kurt Angle cut his little promo about, early in the match, early in the night, cuts his promo, he's about to retire. Baron Corbin interrupts him, Drew McIntyre interrupts him. Fucking predictable. This leads to them shitting on him.
Not good predictable.
Braun Strowman comes out, makes the save. Now there's a match between Braun Strowman and Kurt versus the other two. Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin.
Wow.
Now, this match was stupid as fuck. Kurt didn't do anything.
Of course not.
Kurt didn't do anything. And Braun Strowman gets disqualified. Not for hitting him with a steel chair. Not for taking any objects. Not for using illegal holds. Not for staying in the ropes. Not for being in the ring past 5 seconds. He got DQ'd for hitting the other opponent. When in the history of WWE and WWF have you ever seen a guy stop a hot tag or something and get DQ'd for it?
Yeah, that's part of the new rules now, right?
What is this bullshit?
I have no idea.
You're making up new rules on the fly for the sake of your story. No, you got to keep the basics of what wrestling and what the rules of the matches are. That's why it's called stipulations. If you don't want Braun Strowman hitting the other guy while he's not legal, make that the stipulation.
Stipulations. We're trademarking that.
Stipulations.
Well, when we when we start getting monetized from YouTube, we can't use that. So let's curse now because we can't curse it.
Stipulations.
Hashtag stipulations.
So. Just fucking horrible.
It's so bad. I was gonna put it on the list, but you know what? I don't want to.
It's not my list.
No, I was gonna put it on the list.
It's not worthy.
It's not worthy to on the list.
It's gonna break the pen.
It's not.
That's how much disgusting that was.
That's
the heat won't even come on.
I don't want to put it on the list. I don't want to put it on the list.
Long story short, Braun gets disqualified for the team. He ends up bulldozing the rest. Kurt Angle literally just goes,
"You got it."
Yay. And everybody's cheering like something good just happened. No, your American hero has another fucking loss. Braun Strowman looks like another bulldozing idiot. And then you have these new rules that just dropped out of the thin fucking air. So all the other tag team matches where it was happening before this segment, it didn't matter then. We've been having 4 corner matches. You're telling me none of them got disqualified for hitting another opponent who wasn't legal, but Braun Strowman gets disqualified? There's a lot of ways you could have disqualified and had Drew and have Corbin win and still make them look strong. You don't make up a bullshit stipulation that changes the rules of wrestling. That was Raw. I'm done. Rant over.
They call me the heel. Well, let's move over to the A show, and this is why SmackDown is the A show. I feel like SmackDown and Raw both this week were filler shows. You watch animes, you know what I'm saying? You know what a filler episode is, you know what I'm saying?
Well, then this Raw
was the filler episode.
Was the filler episode on Namek. On Planet Namek.
But there actually were there were some decent filler episodes on Namek. You know what I'm saying? I feel like SmackDown.
The Dream has no memory of that.
Flair opened up the show to a sea of booze. I love Charlotte Flair. I love this heelish face thing she's kind of going back and forth with. She wears black lipstick. I guess that automatically makes her a heel. I don't know. Maybe she
Black
wears
Swan.
Yeah,
Like a Black Swan type the character, I guess.
But she stood in the ring and she was like, I really wish Becky Lynch well, being super sarcastic and
petty.
And super petty, on a scale from a pretzel to the ocean sea, Charlotte Flair was somewhere in between that. But, what I'm saying, she's in there talking a mess about Becky through the crowd.
Come on.
Pops up out of nowhere through the crowd. I mean, it looks awesome.
Let me pause you right there. Going back to my earlier statement, why this shit annoys me. You just got suspended on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
You show up on Tuesday,
yep.
Then get invited for next week's Raw. Where the fuck is this suspension? Why is it storyline then?
It's not Becky's fault.
Why is it storyline then?
It's booking.
It's not Becky's fault.
Is it storyline? The suspension, but you've been on every episode and you're doing dual brands.
I mean, she broke the rules though. She broke for Raw, for her being invited to Raw, I don't get it. For SmackDown, I get it because
I get it because that's her
where
show.
she's at.
That's her show. Completely get it.
I mean,
but now
if
you're
you think
invited
about
back.
it-
So you did Raw, SmackDown. Now you're going back to Raw again. What was the point of suspending her? What are you gonna do? Fire her on live TV?
You know what it is? It is building up to the shakeup that's gonna happen after WrestleMania.
Well, they need something, but for now on,
They're just trying to throw everything into both brands, and it's not working. It's really not working.
Let's get on to the A show because honestly, SmackDown is fine with their roster. They do a lot of cool things with just their roster. I just want to say, SmackDown is fine.
I mean, I'm kind of iffy about SmackDown too.
Iffy,
SmackDown is definitely consistently the better show than Raw. Yeah, we'll get to him. Cut him off. I'm sorry, but just cut him off. We don't need to hear about AJ Styles right now.
But it's the show. It's the house.
He was when he was champion. First off, hold on. Thank you. Count the goddamn sins. I am doing a segment on SmackDown, and you're talking about AJ Styles when I'm talking about the man. Count the sins, okay? Count the sins. But what I really liked about this segment is that Triple H came down there. First off, Triple H is the only authority figure. Triple H is the only authority figure that we really need. I think we can all agree with that. We only need Triple H. We need more general managers like Drake Maverick and
honestly, this segment made me feel like I just want to see Triple H in authority role, and not the authority, but instead of Vince coming out, I'm sorry, he's dragging his bones at this point. I don't want to see Vince on TV no more. I'm literally concerned for his health every time he comes out.
Yeah,
he needs to scale down his duties.
I like Triple H being an authority figure. I mean, he came out and really hit Becky with some reverse psychology. He was like, listen, you know what I think it is? I think you're scared of the pressure. I don't think you want to get cleared because, you get these big moments, but every time big moments come, you find a way to get out of it. And I really like reverse psychology. And that's something that you would try to use against somebody in real life. Like, that's what a coach would probably say to one of their players. Like, I think you're scared. And try to, get them in so they can get cleared for the big game. So I really like that segment. It was a really good segment, all from Charlotte, Becky, and Triple H. Moving on, this is another one of these things where I'm going to try to just give WWE some patience with because Rusev and Nakamura really doesn't make any sense. But the story they're telling is it's starting to try to make sense. What I really did like about this is that Lana was on the outside and she was encouraging Nakamura. And Nakamura was the one that knocked Lana off, the one that really started the beef, but she encouraged him. And Rusev ended up winning this really good match. Well, it wasn't a really good match. It was a good match with the Good Brothers, Nakamura versus Rusev. It was a good match. The booking is a little meh, but I think this has potential because on WWE.com they had an interview with Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev, and both of them were just like, yeah, we don't speak English. Both of them started speaking in their language, and then Lana transferred. So that could turn into something good. Even though it started off a little mad, I think it can grow into something. I'm trying to be the good guy. I'm trying to give WWE booking a little more.
We'll see.
A little more patience. We'll see. That's what I'm saying. We'll see. It could turn into something good. And this also ties into Vince just wants Rusev to be heel. He was on Glory. He was on Chasing Glory with Lillian Garcia, and Lana and Rusev was on there. And Rusev just said, "Yo, Vince just wants me to be heel." He never really got a chance to like really be a big like a face the way he should have been. His U.S. title run never really did what it was because Vince just wants him to be heel. And sometimes it's not the superstar. Sometimes it's just the shit is out of their control. And then next, hey, you know what we got next?
Ooh.
Oh,
We got next.
shimmy, translation, bang jam,
Hey,
bang jam,
Hey,
bang jam,
yeah.
oh, bang jam. And she was there to promote fighting with my family. I actually do really genuinely want to see that movie. Just
So do I.
yeah, just
Did you miss me?
Yeah. And then the Usos cut a good backstage promo because that's what the Usos do. That's what they do. They in the Uso Penitentiary. They're gonna be guests next week on the McMiz TV show. That's 5 times fast. The McMiz TV show on SmackDown Live. Whatever. The Usos are always gonna give a good match. They always put good promos. So I'm back and forth with this whole Shane McMahon and Miz thing. Sometimes I feel it, sometimes I don't. This week I don't feel it. Maybe on Tuesday I'll feel it again. Right now, when I get there, whatever. That's fickle. I'll admit that. I'm fickle on that one. I am fickle on that.
I don't like it.
I'm hot and cold on it. Sometimes I like it, sometimes it's just like...
I'm on the fence with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Honestly, it's like...
Because the Miz, sometimes when Miz is out there and he's having these funny moments with him and Shane, it's like, I'm here. But then when I really sit back...
But you know what? It's just so funny to see Miz, like this character of Miz, because we always see him as a heel. If you think about it.
I think this is a testimony to how good Miz is. Because he's a believable baby face and he's a disgusting heel when he wants to be. So I think it's a...
But I mean, then again, it's... I think based on me, it's just the comfortability of
You already
seeing...
know. I didn't want them. I didn't want them to be a tag team at all. And Miz is my guy. I didn't want them to be a. He needs to be getting geared up to fight Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Period.
We don't know what's
They're
going to
the
happen.
biggest story on SmackDown this year.
We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen after Elimination Chamber.
They need to lose to the Usos.
Maybe that's my.
And then he needs to say, you know what? I'm like shouldn't even be wrestling, bro. Like, but you're a good partner, and says I'm gonna like not even give you a rematch for these titles we just lost. Here's your opportunity to fight Daniel Bryan.
Did you forget that there's a McMahon in this storyline?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Just
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Shane is humble enough to say, "Hey, I can't do it, kid." Like,
Yeah. Which he...
I'm
honestly,
gonna put you in a position where you can earn a better shot because I can't give you what I need. That I can definitely see Shane doing that.
maybe you know what? You're right. We might see that. That would. It's just why did tap her? She should just passed her. Anywho, so we have a match with Randy Orton and Mustafa Ali. Ooh, this is definitely going on. I do a top 5.
Ooh.
I do a top 5 matches of the month at the end, and this is definitely going to be maybe not. I don't know because we're still in the middle of the month. This is definitely on honorable mentions right now. Randy Orton and Mustafa Ali had a really good match. Mustafa Ali's babyface comeback and the way Randy Orton was selling it was really good stuff. The end of the match, Mustafa Ali's going for the 054. Randy Orton grabs his legs from under him off the top rope and turns it into an RKO. RKO out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, that shit was
That was
awesome,
great.
man. That was a really good RKO. And he got somewhere in the match, Mustafa Ali got kicked in the eye, and like you see, he got a big black eye.
Yeah.
Big black eye.
Yeah.
But
You think he'll be medically cleared for?
yeah, he was out there. He was out. Well, we'll get there. He was out. They seen SmackDown. He was out there by the end of the night.
He put
so
some Advil and some icy.
I see hot, bitch. So, yeah,
But not for the eye though.
Abdul Icy Hot, bitch.
But not for the eye though, you know.
Yeah.
Everywhere else.
You know what I'm saying?
Ointment.
God damn it.
I do an ointment.
There you go, pay champ. Oh, shit. Pay champ. So the match ended obviously with an RKO, and then Samoa Joe came out and choked both of them out. Why? Because Samoa Joe's a beast. That's why.
Joe.
They actually built this Joe really strong going into this.
They are. He's probably not gonna win, but I think there's something lined up for Joe. Because they've been building Joe strong. I love the way they're building strong. This is the way Joe should be built. Hashtag build Joe like this. He's a monster. Hashtag Joe's a monster. Build him like that. Hashtag kayfabe abs. Hashtag enough
more of
kayfabe
that.
abs. Hashtag more hashtags. Hashtag more of that. Anyway, then we get after that we get so Joe is leaving, and when Joe is leaving, Daniel Bryan and Rowan are walking out, so like they're passing by each other, and actually Samoa Joe starts to get in Daniel Bryan's face, and then Rowan slides in over there, and then he backs up. And this is all kind of going. I like when SmackDown does this. Like everything just going, like a match just ends like right after. There's no ad break, nothing. Everything is just continuing like a regular show. AJ Styles walked in on Jeff Hardy. He was actually watching that match, and he was watching it like a regular person. I love that WWE doing this now. Like people are just watching TV like regular people, because you know WWE, they'll do this weird thing like where the TV is like here and like they're watching it like this for the camera view. Like no, just film them watching it like regular people watch TV. Like who watches TV like
For example, you already know we always watch wrestling. Right now we're rewatching the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you know what's funny? We have it exactly set up how you're complaining. Like the TV's to the side.
And this is how they were filming. This is how they were filming. You know what I'm saying? They would show Melissa backstage watching the match, watching it like no, but you
not like that.
No.
You be sitting like that, but you gotta turn your neck. That's how you be watching it, because that's how people watch TV instead of just turning your body. Whatever. Anyway, kudos to WWE for finally making your superstars watch TV like regular superstars. Hashtag make your superstars watch TV like regular superstars. I'm hashtagging everything.
Like
right?
how I'm about to watch it.
Exactly. Hashtag count the sins. What I really like
Hashtag page here.
Well, page here. Hashtag page here. Page here. Page here. Where you at? Oh, you under there? Nope. Page right there. Page here. Anyway,
Page here.
we found out that Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville actually have an official name: Fire and Desire. I like it. I personally like it. I think it makes sense.
And Desire.
I think it sounds like a song.
It sounds like a soft porn.
You know what it reminds me of? You know what it reminds me of?
Page here.
Coming to America.
Game of Thrones.
You're the only fire and desire.
God
The
damn it.
big
Fickle.
dude
I
singing.
know what you're talking about. Like, I just would have never connected. I would have never ever connected. Ever.
Can Matt take this away? Delete?
I would have.
That's worth another Coming to America watch.
No, I'm saying delete your singing.
Oh shit.
Hey, at least I got it off uninterrupted.
Delete.
True.
Delete.
Lucky you.
Delete.
So, the Iconics sent and the Iconics cut a promo, and Mela and Naomi cut a promo, and this sucks on SmackDown's part. They just really don't have the women's roster to have qualifying matches like Raw, so they kind of just cut promos like, "Hey guys, we're in."
I
there."
mean, if you already think about it, they already spoiled it.
Yeah, they
We
spoiled
already
it.
know
The
who's
website
gonna
spoiled
be,
it, yeah.
who's gonna be part of the living. Ooh, that freaking broke it.
The one I
Sorry,
text you guys
yeah.
about. The one I text you guys
But
about.
we was at the movie.
Do you specifically see why I text you about that bro kick? That was a great bro kick.
This is what it reminds me of.
It was a great bro kick, bro. I think it was a worthy.
We was at the movies.
I think it was worthy if you looking down 5 seconds like that.
Alright, this is what it reminds me of.
She's your queen to be, a queen to be forever, a queen who'll do whatever His Highness desires. She's your queen to be, a vision of perfection, an object of affection to quench your royal fire. Completely
You know what I have to say about that song?
free from infection.
You know what I think about that song?
To be used at your discretion when it's only for
Why-
your
Alright,
direction.
Why that's gonna remind me when we talk about NXT?
What?
No, because we'll talk about of one of NXT's new superstars.
Shouts out to Eddie Murphy and
Well.
Coming to America, man.
Whatever.
I heard there was a part 2.
Nah,
we don't
nah,
get to
not
do that.
No?
Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega were kind of a weird.
It's Andrade.
Oh yeah, he's not Andrade Cien Almas anymore.
Andrade.
Hashtag no more Cien Almas. Hashtag why WWE always decide to cut their superstar's name. Hashtag just have one name from the beginning. Hashtag
It's easier to sign autographs.
Hashtag facts. And so the main event was Jeff Hardy versus Daniel
That's
Bryan.
actually a great reason.
It is, but hashtag why even have two names from the beginning? Hashtag main event Jeff Hardy versus Daniel Bryan.
Hashtag they was just brainstorming. They couldn't think of anything else.
Exactly. So
Hashtag Kayfabe Avenue. Hashtag follow us on Instagram. Hashtag follow us on Twitter.
Hashtag
We're not at that point
Hashtag
yet.
Jeff Hardy's about to win with the Swanton Bomb. Then Roman pulled his leg out, and it's SmackDown really it turned into the crazy mode, and I liked it. It was a good crazy, not a bad crazy. Hashtag good crazy. So then boom. So then the match ends in DQ. Samoa Joe runs out.
Hashtag crazy beat.
Hashtag starts beating people up. Hashtag Mustafa Ali comes back out. Double kicks Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan from off the top rope. Then AJ Styles comes out there, hits Mustafa Ali with a phenomenal forearm, and
you just see Daniel Bryan just flee.
And then Daniel Bryan just flees because he's a smart champ. That's what a smart person would do. Oh, let's get outside. I think I'm
The planet's champion.
Exactly, the planet champion. Exactly.
Captain Planet.
Exactly. Hashtag Captain Planet. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? And then the show ends with Daniel Bryan cutting another promo saying backstage, he said, this isn't my security, this is my intellectual peer. You know what I'm saying? It's my intellectual peer. Hashtag SmackDown was a good filler episode. Hashtag let's move on
Hashtag
to NXT.
Naruto.
Hashtag Naruto. I'm a big fan of Naruto.
Moving on to NXT.
NXT.
But
We're moving on to 205.
the reason why the reason why
Leo 5 Live.
The reason why I say SmackDown is a better show is because this was a filler episode, but this filler episode was still full of good stuff. So even on the filler episode, it's still just SmackDown. Honestly, they progress storylines. That's the biggest problem with Raw. Raw sometimes they don't go anywhere.
But
They just don't go
we're off
anywhere.
Raw, and now we're off SmackDown. The lights have changed. 205 Live.
Leo 5.
Leo 5 Live.
I don't know if you
Let's
can
get the
say
show.
I don't know if you can call it Leo 5 Live this week.
Yeah, you can't call it Leo 5.
I don't know if you can call Leo 5 this week though, but let's talk about it.
So
Let's
Leo
talk about
5
it.
Live starts off with Brian Kendrick versus Mike Kanellis, and it was a
Horrible
okay
match.
match. It was okay. It was
It was
as
horrible.
far as Brian Kendrick, not so much Mike Kanellis. I'm not
I
sure.
thought Mike Kanellis' match was the whole hour.
Yo, Mike Kanellis has it looks like he has no offensive moves besides like basic clotheslines.
He
and
rehabbed them
moves.
out of his system.
Yeah, that's
not
what
nice.
it seems like.
Yeah, you know
So,
what?
anyways, Brian Kendrick gives him a sliced bread number 2 for the win. Not, it was an upset. Then for Spanky.
He should, because Mike Kanellis is dominating basically like 90% of the match, and then
Mike Kanellis
he
is
Brian
this
Kendrick.
weird, I'm gonna look like I'm about to win, but then I'm gonna lose gimmick.
Yeah, that's basically how he's being booked now. And then Maria's on the commentary.
And Maria's like,
over.
we're the best. We're the most experienced.
But you know
I've
what?
done every position.
This might be leading into
I'm
a
pretty sure
match
he has.
with Mike Kanellis and the songstress of saying the voice of 205 Live now, Adrian English, because Maria Kanellis and Ada English constantly going back and forth. Maybe this is where all this is leading. I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to be a good guy. Good guy, Richie Moon. Good guy, Richie Moon.
They
Give them
waited
patience.
for Adrian English to probably drop down to 205.
Maybe that's legitimately what they're waiting for. But that's why he's doing it.
So the next segment, they show the parking lot brawl between Noam Dar and Tony Nese from last week, and then they transition. More of that. It was a great camera footage.
It was.
Then they showed Drake Maverick, and Noam Dar told him that he wants to fight the premier athlete Tony Nese, and he gives him the no disqualification match for next week. So good. I
like
want to see
Noam
that
Dar.
match.
Nah, I like Noam Dar. I've been a fan of Noam Dar since
He's
Cruiserweights.
okay. I'm really a fan of Tony Nese. I really want to see him whoop Noam Dar's ass. So, for the main event of Leo 5 Live, we have Akira Tozawa, Cedric Alexander, Leo Rush, and Humberto Carrillo.
Not to be mistaken with Alberto Del Rio.
And I really like this
They're
match.
related.
Why I keep thinking of movies when you speak? Look, it's Godzilla. No, it looks like Godzilla, although it's not. Let's run like it is Godzilla.
But it's not for copyright reasons.
Due to the international copyrights, it's not Godzilla.
So we have Tozawa, Alexander, Rush, and Garillo in a 4-way elimination match.
Good
I
match.
love 4-way elimination matches. Great way to show off talent and such.
Yeah. And see who's strong against the rest.
Unfortunately, they went with Tozawa instead of getting Leo Rush or Humberto into the title.
I don't think Leo needs it. I don't think
He doesn't. And can
He's
you
not
imagine how level of cockiness would increase for Leo?
Yeah, I obviously just don't want to
Oh
see.
my
I don't want to see
God.
Buddy Murphy lose right now. Buddy Murphy.
I could imagine him on his IG, just on live, like, no,
You're
you're out of here. You're out of
He
here.
probably wouldn't even talk on the IG anymore. Probably just put the belt.
Put the
up
belt there, like, hey,
Just stare. And just stare.
So Buddy Murphy appeared at the Titantron and said that he's gonna crush Tozawa on his way to WrestleMania. Pre-show, that is.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh God, can we have the cruiserweight title on Mania this year?
That's why they need to put those storylines.
Was
in
that
the-
205?
That was 205.
I low key would have liked to
Live.
see Leo pull out that win though.
Yeah, it would have been great.
Even if he didn't win
Maybe
it,
in time.
even if he didn't win it against Buddy Murphy.
I don't think they want to put Leo versus Buddy Murphy right now.
I'm gonna say
That's why.
205 took it this week. Took it this week.
I
That and NXT
I was
was
gonna say, I
was
think-
This is a big
focused.
statement.
I think
Tis a big statement.
I think-
That's
I
why
I
you
say
gotta watch
205 because no
205
only the fact
Live
it was
on
that
the WWE
that match,
Network.
that last match, like
$9.99 a
was
month.
perfect.
Get your free month if you're a new subscriber.
Take cut my hat off. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. And I thought I was the company guy. That's my life. So let's move on to NXT.
Which I thought
what do
was
we
cracking.
have in store?
This is NXT back in form, man.
So NXT starts off with Johnny Failure coming out.
Johnny Failure,
And call him Johnny Failure when he
Champion.
got all the gold.
And I
It's
just
Johnny Champion.
It was a Johnny Champion, Johnny Failure, dual champ. I love NXT crowds
Johnny
sometimes.
Failure.
Johnny Champion.
So he feels like he's vindicated
Facts.
against Tommaso and such. But then Tommaso comes out, basically taunting Johnny Gargano. And then out of nowhere, the Velveteen Dream comes out.
Well, no. He doesn't taunt Gargano. He pretty much tells him, damn, we look good together, both being champions.
But you know what
Yeah,
Johnny
I
I
wants.
told you.
I
But you
love
know what Johnny
He's the
wants.
little
That's
devil
what's
on Johnny's shoulder.
And he's such a good actor because
He's
when he said,
puppet
because Tommaso
master.
Ciampa said that, when he says like, oh, we're both champions now, Johnny Gargano had this look on his face like, wait, no, that's not, no, this is about, like, you can just see all, like, the wheels spinning in his head. It's
Yeah,
really,
it's trying to taunt him.
Like, hey, do we go in this route or no? Like, he's
They're
puppet
definitely
master.
heading to the DIY, at least for a little bit.
You got Geppetto and Pinocchio.
And then you're gonna have Gargano.
Hashtag.
portray
Hashtag.
Ciampa.
I think this is going to lead,
Actually, that's it. Hashtag Tommaso Geppetto.
what I also really like about
Tommaso Ciampa.
Johnny Champion is that he's looking at it like, I'm not a bad guy. I've done good. I'm a good guy. So just that conflict, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you sneak attack the House of Black. I'm a good guy. But, you know.
You either die the hero or see yourself long enough to become the villain.
And I think long enough, that was a good quote. I was going to follow it up like you talked about.
We just on our movie shit.
That was
We just on our movie
hashtag,
shit.
hashtag great
Hold
quote.
on, let me just drop this mic real quick.
Go ahead, drop
Oh.
it. That was a great quote. That was a great quote. Hashtag NXT is kind of like a movie, so.
Yeah.
And then we get I think we have an experience after this. I just felt
Did it
right.
work
It felt right because it was
We
like
didn't-
1,
we
2,
didn't-
3.
we didn't-
Yeah.
We didn't pay our bills.
No, we
Yeah.
We didn't pay the bills today. We didn't pay the bill.
Hold on.
Wait,
We're putting the
wait,
money through. The processing it. Boom.
There you go.
There we go. Now we have an
experience.
No, you just got one though.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Don't look at that. Don't look
You
at that.
touched the baby like.
We're still at NXT, but now we have the experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
A fire
Velveteen
and
Dream
desire.
says that that since he's the winner of the World Collide tournament, he gets to pick whatever champion he wants, and that he's bored of.
Can you hear it?
Okay.
So
That's my Cody meme.
he
right
said
there.
that he's tired of Ciampa and he wants the North American Championship and wants to see if he's actually Johnny Wrestling or Johnny Jackass.
Johnny Wrestling.
No,
Johnny
it's funny.
Jackass.
I actually did watch this NXT full. Come to think about it, and my mom was actually in the room, and she's like, "What's his name? Johnny Jackass?" Like, no, his name is Gargano. They're making fun of him.
Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, Johnny Takeover. You got mad AKAs.
Yeah.
She really thought Johnny Jackass was his name.
Yeah, this is a really good. This is a really good opening segment. Dream is really coming into his own, man. He's ready for the main roster, but I still want to see him down in NXT.
Yeah.
I still want to see him down in NXT.
So the next segment we get to is some guy, and he faces some jobber. Yo, I forget this guy's name every time.
Those guys that we forgot a
Yeah.
long time ago,
Yeah.
what's their names?
I don't know, but then I know he
Forgotten Guy 1,
beat the
Forgotten Guy
Jobber.
2, and
And
Forgotten
then
Guy 3.
after he beat the
Forgotten
Jobber-
Sons.
Oh yeah, the Forgotten Sons.
Forgotten Sons.
The
We forget
Forgotten
them every
Sons. The Forgotten Sons.
Yeah, we forgot them every week.
Yeah.
My
I
bad.
just forgot.
Anyway.
Well, if he wasn't home playing Kingdom Hearts last week.
You know.
Huh. So
Count this.
so next, 205 Lives, Drew Gallagher
Yes.
appears
To make
in
NXT a better
NXT
place.
for a better NXT.
I'm here for it. I am here for Drew Gulak in NXT.
That was a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
match.
I know, right, Gulak.
That was a good
Yeah, like-
match.
That was a great match.
It was a great match that when he was facing Eric Bugenhagen.
That dude had me thrown for a loop. I'm like, what is this guy's deal? But it was good.
Oh man.
It was.
He
It was
looks like
fun.
Stephen Ogg.
You had it.
Oh man. No, I had a soundbite for the next person you're about to talk about. I don't know.
You don't got it?
Man, I thought.
Oh.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
Ladies
bro.
and gentlemen, now,
Bro.
by popular demand,
Bro.
an encore performance from Eric Bugenhagen.
What was that? What was it? Patient? Patient? Is Bugenhagen really getting his own segment?
Yeah.
I mean, he was pretty funny though. And
It
he's-
was.
He's over.
He looks like Trevor from GTA.
He looks like Ben Stiller from
He looks like
Dodgeball.
Rick Rude.
It's facts. He does.
So anyways, Drew Gallagher basically was mad at Eric Bugenhagen.
Bugenhagen.
Thought it was a joke.
Thought he was a joke and made him tap out. And then from there, Gulak was extremely mad because he came to NXT for competition and he felt like they gave him a joke. So who else could come out but the bro?
Bro.
Bro.
That's literally the first thing he says. Bro.
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 I
That's
still.
right.
I still.
He
Every
basically
time.
said, you could get out the ring and get out of NXT or I'm going to tap you out of it.
That's
Bro.
right. Drew Gulak's former tag team partner Matt Riddle
Yep.
came and
Nobody
Good little
matters.
fun fact. Good little fun fact.
Got a little fun fact right there.
Yep.
Go check that out.
Former Evolve Tag Team Champions.
So he actually challenged, and he took off his flops and started to
Oh, he kicked off his flops.
he took off his
Bro.
flops.
Kick.
Bro.
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 The bro kick. Literally.
The bro kick.
Matt Riddle.
And it
is
was a great match, great
so
submissions, and unfortunately from Gulak he had to tap as a result.
It was a
I
good-
mean, they're building Matt Riddle too big for Gulak to win.
That was
But the
great
good thing
booking
about
right there.
it was
It
good
was.
booking because you have Gulak go over very strong and then put on a a second
He
strong
looked good in
match.
defeat. He looked great in
Yeah,
defeat.
so
It was very believable that Gulak could have won that match. I mean, even though we know he's not, but he looked very believable in it. It was a good
yeah, definitely.
back and forth match. Matt Riddle is just ready for, I'll say this, I'm gonna say this every single time. If tomorrow night on Raw, Matt Riddle came out and beat Brock Lesnar for the Universal Champion, despite Brock's bullshit, I would not be mad. That's how much I believe in Matt Riddle. He's been dope. I can't wait to see when NXT starts building Keith Lee, and we get to when WWE Universe gets to see Keith Lee versus Matt Riddle. You're in for something great. Hashtag I said it first. Hashtag I really didn't.
Hashtag there's too many hashtags in this segment.
Never enough
way
hashtags.
too many hashtags.
Hashtags is never enough
Hashtags.
hashtags.
Hashtag.
Never.
Hashtags. Next time.
Hashtag, let's stop the hashtag.
Hashtag move on to NXT UK.
Hashtag, we're still on NXT.
That
We gotta
was
go-
jam-packed.
We gotta get to the main event, which saw the Sky Pirates and Bianca Belair
Oh, I missed
face
this. I didn't.
Pirates.
So I didn't watch the whole
We can't
show.
miss Pirate
face
Biz.
Shayna Baszler, Jasmine Duke, and Marina Safir. The Horsemen. I mean,
almost lost all my previous
The
heats.
3 of the 4 horsemen.
Woo!
the 3 of the 4 MMA Horsemen.
Please do not call them horsewomen. They're more like donkey women or like pony women.
Damn.
They're not horsewomen.
Bro.
Did I
They are.
hear anything about the 4 horsewomen?
That's why I didn't say it, because 4 horsewomen.
So, obviously, the Sky Pirates showed out. Belair showed out, and Io gave a moonsault for the pinfall victory over the Queen of Spades. Which does that mean that she might be a contender for the next
But
title?
the story of they really told a good story in the match because Io and Kairi were really working together because they're a tag team, and then Bianca Belair just tagged herself in. She hits Shayna Baszler with the KOD. The referee is knocked down, and the referee is knocked down. She basically has she has a 1, 2, 3 on her, but then the other 2 horsemen come in and they break it up. So you see, like, they're working together. That's why, you know what I'm saying, they're a team. Like, and then, like you said, Io Shirai gets the pinfall on her. So Io Shirai and Kairi Sane both have pinfall victories over Shayna Baszler. Bianca Belair doesn't. So, like, and then after the match, they're celebrating, like, oh, what's up? And you see Bianca Belair, you see her like, yeah, yeah,
I'm
good, great, so happy for you guys. Like,
Yeah, she was over it.
yeah, she was definitely over it.
And that ended NXT. So let's get into NXT UK. Across the pond.
Across the pond.
Across the pond. Where Paige is at.
Oh, Paige here.
Paige
Paige here.
Paige here.
Paige here.
Paige is here.
Did you hear that? Paige here.
So we start off NXT UK with Mark Andrews versus Ligero. You know, Mark Andrews made from his hand and stuff like that. I really don't like that gimmick too much.
So he does.
I feel like he's gonna injure himself.
Hashtag,
It's just like,
hashtag he might.
He got the Randy Orton shoulders.
Yo.
Oh, dislocated.
Yo,
a
hashtag.
rotator cuff.
Hashtag you might. Hashtag Cody injured his leg that he has to get surgery on literally by turning to throw his shirt to the fans.
Wow.
That's how he injured his leg.
Ooh.
Cody.
Wow.
That's how he tweaked his leg. He was throwing shirts to the fans.
It'd be the smallest movement.
Exactly. That's why he really might get hurt doing this because it'd be the littlest shit. He has to get surgery for that. Like, that's crazy. Not for wrestling.
like, matter of fact, like Sami Zayn. When he throws his hands up in the air,
Yeah.
his entrance, that's how he injured his shoulders.
Crazy.
So it was a great match, great back and forth action. Andrews tries to go for the shooting star press, but Ligero gets his knees to the face, and Ligero goes for the C4L for the 1, 2, 3, and then Ligero celebrates in the ring as they shake hands, and Ligero poses on the turnbuckle.
I just had to laugh because I see on the screen Melissa's dead
Yeah.
focus on this rumble. We
No,
love
'cause
wrestling while watching wrestling.
you know
and
what
we
it
have to
is?
wear a rumble.
I'm seeing like all the little mistakes in this match.
Yeah.
Don't
Like-
do that. Don't. It'll take you.
Yeah.
Take it
It's
off.
like, ugh.
Hashtag Ember Moon is injured and still wrestling.
Hashtag.
Ooh, who wants to play with Nikki?
We gotta get through this.
Yeah, we gotta get through this episode.
Yep.
So backstage segment, Pete Dunne in his interview and said that Walter's the butt was impressive, but he's not scared of him and he'll go down just like everybody else.
Hashtag Walter is going to take that belt.
Hashtag Aqua. Nobody knows. It's water.
Water.
Whoa,
Whoa here.
Well, here.
Whoa here.
Whoa.
So the next segment.
Sorry to all our European fans.
So Zia Brookside versus Candy Floss. It was a right match. Brookside does a arm drag and puts Floss into an arm bar for the win. What really catches my eye about this match is that right afterwards, Rhea Ripley appears and beat the
hell out of
Floss.
both.
Let's go, Pete Dunne.
She basically beats up both of them, and Storm comes out and Rarely used the Riptide on the NXT's UK Women's Champion. Still going forward with that feud.
Okay.
So then next we have Jordan Devlin, the fake Balor, saying the
That's Punk Balor.
Hashtag. Hashtag.
I don't think that's nice.
Punk Balor.
Hashtag.
Pug. Pug.
I don't feel like that's nice.
He said that he's been running through everyone in NXT UK brand, and he's gonna have a great match with Noam Dar.
He's really good though. He's really good in that.
So the next match is Mike Hitchman versus Joseph Connors. Didn't really pay attention too much to this match. I couldn't get into it. I don't know. It's either I don't like Mike Hitchman for his bore gimmick, or it's like
It looks
Joseph
crazy.
Connors is like
It looks
I don't
crazy.
know.
Oh, he's the guy with the
the
monitor
black
thing,
eyes.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
It reminds me of WWE.
No. He's a guy with the black eyes, has a spike out of his coat and
Yeah.
everything.
It reminds me of WWE,
Oh,
90s WWE gimmick. I don't know, a wrestler
Even
and a
Guerrero.
dentist, or a garbage man, or a Montar, or a Max Moon.
So anyways,
Damn it.
Joseph Connor wins. So we see Gallus backstage hyping each other up for their matches tonight. I believe Joe Coffey is going to face Ashton Smith, which was a pretty good match. It's always a good match when you have one of the members of Gallus in it. But Joe Coffey hits his finishing lariat for the 1, 2, 3. And then the next match after that is Mark Coffey versus Walter. And oh my God, you
Walter,
gotta
yeah.
see the strikes.
You just
That's
see this
good.
devastation after every
Yeah.
Walter match, bro.
I felt I didn't feel bad for the jobber, but I really felt bad.
I don't want
for
that
Mark
smack to
Coffey.
be his gimmick. To like, yeah, I feel like he's chopping flesh off. Like,
Yeah, he is.
That's what he does.
That is like
You got-
like you got 2 Walter chops in your career before you have to retire. There's no 3 chops. There's
If you
no
can
3
survive, like
There's no 3 Walter chops.
Oh,
no.
he's
It's hard.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Mark Coffey actually does get some offense in that makes
I thought
Walter
it
look
was
very
it was a good match.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
it was like it was a
It
match.
definitely wasn't a squash match.
No, not at all.
But even though Walker does give him a standing powerbomb for the 1, 2, 3 for the win, but like I said, it was a great match. You guys gotta watch that. You gotta watch 205 Live,
Was that
NXT, and NXT UK.
NXT UK?
Yes,
I'm
that
starting
was
to
that.
warm up to NXT UK a lot.
It's a great. You gotta
It's
watch
good,
it on the
so-
WWE Network. $9.99 a month.
So,
Free for all the new subscribers.
are we moving on to the honorable ring?
Yes, we are. So ROH. Honestly, so again, you know, leading up the road to G1 Supercard, this episode of Ring of Honor was kind of short, to be honest. Pretty much it starts off with Hot Sauce Tracy Williams versus David Finlay. So obviously we know, you know, Finlay, son, you know.
My name
And
is
pretty
Finlay,
much on-
and I love to perform.
On commentary, we have the IWGP United States Champion Juice Robinson, who's very close friends of Finlay.
Damn, I forgot he had that title.
Yeah, he still
Won
has
him
that.
back at Wrestle Kingdom.
He still has that
Shit.
title. Pretty much. It was a pretty much back and forth fight. It started off with, you know, and here the code of honor before every match, you know, starts, which impressed Robertson, knowing the fact that was happening. But in the long run, Tracy Williams ends up defeating David Finlay. Then we have Bandino versus Mark Haskin. So if anybody doesn't know, Mark Haskin is best friends with Jimmy fucking Havoc, which that was interesting, by the way, because he posted up Instagram saying that he loves his friends and he's supportive, but he's not really happy that he's going to AEW, which is funny.
Because he wanted to get them both booked with the Garden.
Mark Haskin wanted him to be booked for G1 Supercard for Ring of Honor. So maybe we'll see how that goes. But pretty much Bandino ends up defeating Mark Haskin, which it was actually a good fight back to back. Honestly, like it was a lot. I felt like this match was like out, like at moments it was like, wait, do I really want this guy to win? No, I want this guy to win. So I was kind of like going for both of them because it was a really good match.
Nice. They did their jobs.
Yeah, then we had Nick Aldis had a message for PJ Black. Because nobody knows PJ Black ended up signing with Ring of Honor again.
Yeah, they had a match.
So it was a backstage interview. Nick Aldis said that the NW World Heavyweight title will be defended for the first time on Ring of Honor television next week. Well, tomorrow, pretty much. When he puts the 10 pound of gold on the line against PJ Black.
Okay.
Aldis says Black is an international star, but Black will find out why he's the national treasure and the NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Nick Aldis takes on all comers.
So first we're gonna see
everyone.
that match before, as you heard from Richie that said that Nick Aldis is gonna defend his title against Marty Scurll. So we already
Can
know.
we get some Marty shine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we already.
World
So
champion.
pretty much it's a spoiler. Nick Aldis is gonna retain the title for tomorrow, but I definitely want to see that match.
Yeah, I mean, he also defended it again after he defended it against Ryback.
Marty's my favorite guy out the league.
Really?
And the fact that he hasn't won, like, nothing major recently.
His day is coming. His day is coming. And then also, Ring of Honor might not actually want to put too much stock in Marty because they know the second his contract is up,
He's going to AEW.
he's going to AEW. Well, if he can resurrect his friends because his friends are dead. Then again, to the elite, Marty Scurll is dead.
Joey Ryan was dead.
He came back, right?
Came
I
back,
mean,
so-
didn't they kill
Adam Cole.
Britt Baker's boyfriend?
Ooh, you can't.
Yeah, that's
Can we
right.
say that? Yeah, we can say that. We can say that.
No,
Yeah.
we're not gonna.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
We're not gonna mention the elephant in the room
Yeah.
for that one. So going into this was the main event. So this was the Ring of Honor World Television Title #1 Contenders mini tournament final against Silas Young versus Elias. Pretty much, honestly, like Elias had, he held his own, but it was like a given that Silas Young was gonna win. But what happened after the match was so pretty much because Silas Young won, so he will get his Ring of Honor World Television title shot on TV in 4 weeks against Jeff Cobb or whoever the champion is at that time. After the match, Young grabs the microphone, referring to Cobb as a disappointment to everyone in his life. Jeff Cobb ends up coming out and getting into Silas Young's face, but then who ends up coming out is Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor ends up, him and Young team up and pretty much beat down Cobb, but Cobb started swinging, but Young stomped him with a low blow. Tyler then hit him greeting from a 2-1-6 on Cobb. So obviously we're saying that tomorrow will be Nick Aldis versus PJ Black for the NWA World Heavyweight title match, and Villain Enterprise will be in action tomorrow as well. So that's pretty much it for Ring of Honor, except I forgot to mention this on the news where the Ring of Honor Board of Directors empower referees to be more strictly enforced with the rules.
Oh man.
So
Here goes the WWE style changes to match rules.
So pretty much we already know the code of honor, which is implemented when Ring of Honor becomes and differentiates the company from other pro wrestling promotion, is more than just the competitors shaking hand before and after the match as a respect. But now they want, the referees to be strict on the elements of the code of honor in certain matches. So honestly, I'm kind of iffy about this direction
I see
that
why
they're
they're doing
going in.
It's kind of like boxing. These
I-
two guys about to slug it the fuck out, but they gave their respect in the beginning of the match, and usually at the end.
But then again, it's like I don't like. The only thing I have is like we have a lot of heel characters in Ring of Honor, and I like when
They're
you
gonna break
got
the
like
code.
and they break the code. It's like yes, it's that character, and just to see them like that, just because they want to change up the rules and everything like that, I think it would be a bad way for Ring of Honor to go with, because I love the aspect. Like yeah, we all know the rules when it comes to matches and everything like that, but I know you be strict when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
I think so. We'll see going along the way how they're gonna portray this, but hopefully it doesn't ruin what Ring of Honor is. That's just like my only.
Yeah, hopefully not, because I think, kind of hark back to our conversation earlier, I think Ring of Honor is going to be the one to actually feel the most hurt from this AEW thing, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're the one that's kind of going to get I think New Japan will eventually work with them, but the Bucks and Cody always had a good working relationship with the Sinclairs, and they've had nothing but good things to say about each other, so if they work together, then
We'll see.
We'll see. It's all up in the air.
We still got a long way to
still got a
go.
long way. And
So.
I mean, the G1 Supercar is going to be a big deal. Like I said, they sold out Madison Square Garden, and I'm not knocking WWE, but it's just the fact they haven't. WWE hasn't sold out Madison Square Garden in years, and New Japan and Ring of Honor sold that out together in a couple of days. So that's a huge feather in their cap. So, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff.
Well, I
Developing
think
in
that
the
was-
world of wrestling.
That was this week in wrestling.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we gave you Raw, we gave you SmackDown, we gave you NXT, we gave you NXT UK, we gave you 205 Live, we went over to Ring of Honor, and just to put a nice little bow on it, tomorrow, New Japan Wrestling, Jay White versus Tanahashi for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. We have a couple
Go
of
watch
matches.
that on New Japan World for only $9 a month.
No, they're not 99 too.
Damn, how many company heads do you got?
All right. Or my company house. But yeah, man, that is this week in wrestling. We can keep rambling on because there are a lot of things to keep talking about. But I think it's time for us to tell people where the hell they can find us at. With that being said, AJ, tell people where they can find you.
At kayfabe_AJ on Instagram.
Kevin Focus, tell people where they can find you.
Kayfabe_focus.
The Queen, tell them where they can find you.
Kayfabe Queen on Instagram.
Richie, hashtag tell Richie, tell people where they can find you.
BAM!
Well, Moon, they can find me at Mr. Richie Moon, or they can find me at Kayfabe Avenue, and that's the bottom line. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Sorry, I'm getting confused. If you smell, sorry, because
Stop.
I'm the best.
Good night.
Good, because I would have kept going, man. I was gonna hit with the
Best
this the
show
best there is.
Ever.